Welcome to my views on news. Saturday's first news story is from Eritrea. Eritrean Orthodox Church Patriarch has passed away. Who is he? How old was he? The church split in Eritrea in 2006 when the Patriarch was arrested by Eritrean government. Secondly, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital, a protest was held yesterday by some students and teachers. What happened there? And thirdly, viewers, Tigray government TPLF officials, they have been saying that Tigrayan diaspora is the backbone of Tigray, that they are the pillars of strength for the people of Tigray, for the government of Tigray. But for the first time since November 2020, Debretsion Gabriel Tigray President criticized Tigrayan diaspora a few hours ago in his talk. What did he say? How well placed is his criticism? How appropriate is criticism of Tigrayan diaspora? Firstly, viewers, Eritrean Orthodox Church Patriarch has passed away, 96 years old. Abune Kirlos has passed away. He was appointed, he was chosen as the Patriarch of the Orthodox Church in June 2021, last year. You know that in 2006, Eritrean Orthodox Church split. Abune Antonius, who was back then the Patriarch, was arrested by Eritrean government. Since then, he remained in prison or under house arrest. Earlier this year, he died reportedly. He was in Eritrea. Then in 2007, Dioscoros, Abune Dioscoros was, he became the new Patriarch of the Orthodox Church. From 2007 till 2015, Abune Dioscoros served as the Patriarch, but the church remained split. Some diaspora communities, diaspora denominations, they refused to accept Abune Dioscoros as the true Patriarch of the church. In 2015, Abune Dioscoros died. From 2015, December 2015 till June 2021, the position of Patriarch was vacant at Eritrean Orthodox Church. Then in June last year, Abune Kirlos became the new Patriarch of the church. And now he has passed away. He'll be laid to rest in Eritrea. I'll update you in coming hours about the funeral ceremony. Who will be the new Patriarch, or will this position remain vacant like it remained between 2015 and 2021? That remains to be seen. Secondly, viewers, hoisting of Oromia region's flag in Addis Ababa has long been a disputed issue. Addis, people of Addis Ababa, especially Amharas, they don't support the hoisting of Oromia region's flag in schools of Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is part of Oromia region. It is a federal capital too. So it has headquarters of Oromia government and Ethiopian federal government. Amhara region, some other regions, they say that Addis Ababa is a federal capital. Oromia region has no claim to this city. But people, groups in Oromia say that Addis Ababa is Finfine, it's part of Oromia. That is why Afan Oromo language should be taught here, and Oromia's flag should also be hoisted at the schools of Addis Ababa. And we have seen demonstrations, protests at schools several times in the past in schools of Addis Ababa over hoisting of Oromia region's flag. That happened once again yesterday when in Shromeda in Addis Ababa, some students and teachers protested against the hoisting of Oromia region's flag. Police arrived there, the situation was controlled, but the issue remains an unsettled issue between the Oromia region and some groups in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Watch a clip from yesterday's protests at a school in Addis Ababa. The protest was over hoisting of Oromia region flag. Students opposed the hoisting of Oromia region's flag, they reported. Lastly, viewers, Debretsion Gebremichael, Tigray's president, criticized Tigrayan diaspora for the first time since the start of conflict in northern Ethiopia in November 2020. Tigrayan leadership has been calling Tigrayan diaspora as the backbone of Tigray region. Tigrayan diaspora has worked a lot. They internationalized the conflict, which was in just a region of Ethiopia, through their diplomatic engagements, through lobbying. They tried to support Tigrayans in Tigray, but Debretsion seems to be frustrated with the opposition to peace agreement from Tigrayan diaspora. What did he say firstly? He said, there are some who oppose peace deal from far away. Obviously, he is referring to Tigrayan diaspora. They were not on the ground. They were far away. They should support peace deal, not oppose it. We were on the ground. We were in Kolatambin. We paid sacrifices. And we should be united, he said. Now, firstly, I have been saying since the signing of the peace deal that all groups should support the peace deal. I have been asking diaspora as well, Tigrayan diaspora, to support the peace deal, if you have been watching my videos. Having said that, don't say that just people of Tigray have paid sacrifices. Tigrayan diaspora have done lots of work. I stayed in touch with them. They felt the pain of Tigrayans. They had their family members there. They had their relatives there, their parents, their children there. They supported people of Tigray financially, diplomatically. And without their support, it would have been difficult for Tigray regional government to internationalize this issue. International media, international community, international players involved in this conflict, not mainly, but partly due to efforts by Tigrayan diaspora. That is why their sacrifices should not be underestimated. Holding a protest takes time. It takes resources too. So by saying that only Tigrayans in Tigray paid sacrifices, you are underestimating the sacrifices of Tigrayan diaspora. They have done a lot. Acknowledge the sacrifices. Take them on board. Problem is that Tigray leadership took some solo flights. Tigrayan leadership did not brief Tigrayan diaspora about battlefield losses. Tigrayan forces started suffering losses. Humanitarian cost was becoming too high. The diaspora was not briefed properly by people in Tigray, people in power in Tigray. Rather, TPLF leadership went to Pretoria, it signed the peace agreement, and around 3 weeks after the signing of the agreement, for the first time, Tigrayan leadership talked to the diaspora. So they were not kept on board. Diaspora was not kept on board. That is why they have been opposing the peace deal. They should have been briefed from day one about what was happening in Tigray in terms of military balance, in terms of humanitarian cost. But the leadership in Tigray tried to cover up things. So that led to this gulf between Tigrayan leadership of TPLF and diaspora. But diaspora's contribution should not be underestimated. Having said that, this peace deal should be respected. Diaspora cannot bring about any change in terms of change in the peace deal. Peace deal is a joint decision of Tigray's military and political leadership. That is why all should respect this peace deal. But obviously, Debretsian's message, his yesterday's comments would be a disappointment for a Tigrayan diaspora community. Thank you for watching.